Well, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dee, and today we're going to try a technique that I saw Therese from Lost in Paper do, and I was pretty impressed. So, of course, she's an awesome card maker. So, if you don't follow her, you should. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around and we'll get started. Hang on. Okay guys, I am back and we are going to do this technique, like I said in the intro, that involves cardstock, scrap cardstock, and glue and some background paper and embossing folder. So, okay, I have scrap, not really scrap, this is a panel of cardstock that I cut to, let's see, 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to get some scratch paper and we'll put that underneath here so I don't get anything on my table. Make sure I'm in shot here. Okay, I have my phone camera at a slightly different angle, so I'm trying to make sure I'm where I need to be. Okay, now we all have scraps. If we make cards, we all have paper or cardstock scraps. And so I just cut some in different widths. Honestly, I didn't even really measure. I just moved the cardstock a little bit, and wherever it landed, that's where I cut. So, but these cardstock or paper, depending on if it's pattern paper or cardstock, strips all coordinate together. So that's the goal, is to have colors or scraps that coordinate together. Okay? All right, I think maybe I'll just zoom a little further away. Oh, did I get it right? Yeah, just a tiny bit. Okay. All right. Now, I think I'll get an extra piece of... You know what I think I'll do instead? I bought this just for these occasions where I can just not worry about glue getting on anything. And you're going to be able to see that pretty well. Okay, so I have my glue, and I'm just going to start gluing these strips. I don't think you can see them. Sorry about that. These strips onto the cardstock panel. Okay, and I think I'll start with a long one. Now this happens to be two-sided, so I'm going to glue. Okay, glue, come on. Yesterday I was working on a card to kind of like a card, thinking of you card for a neighbor whose dog passed away, and Stewie's, our dog's good friend Gypsy, died. So I was making a card for them, saying that we were, sorry for their loss. And so anyway, this glue, this infamous glue bottle, was leaking glue, just like I couldn't even get the top on fast enough. It was ridiculous. Okay, so let's look at what we have. This is also two-sided paper. These are scraps from cards that I've made recently. And then I need to make sure I can fit. That's a little too short. So I think what we'll do is we will use these long ones, and I'll fill in the middle where it's longest, and we'll use the longest strip so I won't have to worry about falling short. So I'm going to put it on the paper now that, the cardstock panel, now that I have gotten started, because I like to make sure all the whole area gets glue on it. So let's do this. Okay, and we'll do this side again. So alternates. It's not the same as the middle one. Okay, now I think I'll take this one. Yeah, that'll work for this one. Okay, glue, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, I think maybe I'll just store it on its side for a second. This actual piece of cardstock was like not a favorite pattern for me, and so when I had leftover, because I made a card with it. I can't remember what I used it for, but anyway, on the card. But I thought this would be a good time to use a pattern that I'm not really crazy about. And so I did. Okay, now this is also two-sided paper. So I think I'll use this side. The two-sided paper papers do give you more options, so it's nice. Okay. Well, I mowed the lawn for the first time this season today, and had to take a shower afterwards because, first of all, it's kind of a dirty job. And, okay, now we're going to go with this one. And the direction the grass was blowing, the direction my husband wants me to go around the yard, you know, so the grass is thrown out in a certain direction, was the opposite of the wind. So I got pretty dirty. Ugh, I tell you. But it's good to have the lawn mowed, and it looks good. So, and the dandelions that were very prolific, which I love dandelions, honestly. Some people hate them in their yard. I love them. Okay, so anyway, they're all mowed off now, unfortunately. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I'll use the least favorite one here. And we'll put that here. Okay, I forgot my scissors. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to need my scissors. I thought, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go get it. Okay, so the reason I wanted to get them right now is because I want to use this, cut off this piece, and then I'll use it to do the next section. All right. And if a person wanted, you could cut these off and use them in the corners. So maybe I will do that. We'll just go ahead and cut them off. Right now, see what do I want? I'll try this. Is that going to be long enough? Oh, no, it's not going to be long enough, so never mind. We will not do that. I will just go ahead and use this bigger one here. And, you know, you can tell the goal is to not leave any of the carb base showing. So we're covering it all, except for this little tiny corner, because I'll probably end up trimming this with my trimmer. So let's go ahead and cut this off. And we'll use it on this side. I kind of like the harmony, so to speak, that I've gone from the center outwards, and I've used the same colors of pattern paper as I go out. So I kind of like that. Now, we're going to let this dry a little bit. And get this out of the way. And I have another panel with some other cardstock that I have cut into strips. Again, more scraps. So let's go ahead and start with this purple piece. So pretty. I can't remember whose card I made with this, but boy, it was pretty, if I do say so myself. The colors of the cardstock were what made it so pretty. Okay, and this is just pattern paper, so it's lighter weight, and I don't think it'll matter for this technique. Whoop, whoop. I'm really getting haphazard with my glue, aren't I? And I'm trying not to leave any white space in between the strips. Okay, let's get that. Okay, so we'll take, is this gonna be long enough? Yep. Okay, so let's get this one. Anyway, so I mowed the lawn, then I took a shower before I came up to the craft room to film, so. All right, that has just a tiny bit of white space there, but I don't think I can get it scooched. I think I waited too long. All right, now we have this lighter color in the purple family. And it's kind of a linen cardstock, so a little bit heavier weight than the other. Okay. Now, when I've done this before, just without the second part of the technique we're going to do, but I've done lots of these where I use card scraps, cardstock, scraps. Oh, boy, that's a mouthful to try to say. And I've done it like this and just, you know, glue them onto a card base without doing the next step that we'll be doing. So let's see. Then we'll do another one of these. Like I said, I kind of like the idea of keeping each of the layers on the outer edges I'm working on, to be similar. Okay, so now we're here. I think I'll use another purple strip. And one time I did this, I purposely left, and maybe I did this video on this, I can't remember, but I purposely left some gap in between the strips, and instead of glue, I used adhesive sheet, and then I had glitter that I pressed into the spaces. It was pretty cool. Okay, we'll go back to this lighter one. It's kind of a dusty color, isn't it? Okay. All right. Now, like I said earlier, if it would be the right length, you can cut off some of these ends and then use them on the outer corners. So let's try that. I'm gonna try. I am going to use my trimmer, my actual guillotine trimmer, to trim them nicely. And so I'm not going to worry about getting them cut totally square. But okay, so I have these two little pieces. And let's see. I think I'll use this one. And this was just what I cut off. So you can even make use of those little pieces. I don't think, maybe I should. I was going to say, I don't think I'm going to worry about that. But I have, in the past, left like a little corner like that, a little too small, and it didn't want to stay glued on, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, and we're going to let this one dry a little bit while we go on to the next phase of our technique here. Okay, so close the glue. And what I'm going to do is just move all this, and then I'll get this out of the way, and then we'll go on, okay? All right, now the next thing we're going to do is get our embossing folder. And since we're using, oh no, you know what I need to do? I need to trim this. So I'm going to pause and then I'll be back. Okay, here is our panel that I have trimmed. Now, it's smaller than the 5 1/4 by 4 because I trimmed off a little more than I thought, but that's okay. It'll still work. So I have this embossing folder. Excuse me. It's like a wood grain pattern, and so we're going to put this in here, and we are going to emboss it. Okay, but before we do that, I am going to spray. Whoop! That cap is going everywhere. And now in the past I've talked about spraying the cardstock. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to spray the inside of the embossing folder. Okay, just a little bit, and then I'm going to bring up my embossing, my Big Shot, and I wrote on here, this is a while ago, I wrote on here what I needed, the sandwich I needed. And the first one is, on the bottom is the orange platform, but that's for my extended plate that I don't know where I put. It's somewhere. I do not know where. So we're just going to have to experiment a little bit and see if this will go ahead and work. So I have orange platform, embossing folder, and one plate. But that's, of course, with the cardstock inside. Okay. So this is what it said. Embossing folder and one plate. So let's see. I've not tried this, so here we go. Hope it works. Oh, it's too tight. Too tight. Oh, boy. Okay. Hang on. Do you remember this little guy? I've used this before. It's a silicone mat, kind of dirty. But instead of the plate, I'm going to use the mat and see if it will go through. Oh, I think it is. I should have zoomed out so everything would be in shot, but sorry, guys. Okay, let's move this over here, and we'll take a look at this. Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is what we have here. Can you see the embossing that has done? Now, if I had a 3D embossing folder, these lines would be even more pronounced. But this is a 2D one. So we have a more subtle look. And so this is kind of damp, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. And now I'm going to go trim my other panel, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back now with trimming this panel. Now, we are going to run this panel in this butterfly embossing folder. So I'm going to do the same thing. First of all, I have my sandwich, the gray platform, the one plate, embossing folder, and one plate. And again, that's with my extended plate that I have no idea where it is. I can't imagine where it went. It's just not in an obvious place. And obviously I put it away thinking I would remember where I put it. Obviously I don't remember. Okay, so let's get this in here straight. And we'll try this again. Okay, let's see if I can zoom the right direction. There we go. Okay. So I have my platform, my embossing folder and the gray silicone mat. So let's, oh, this is too easy. Okay. All right. Let's try a regular plate then. Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, every embossing folder could use a different sandwich from a different one. Ooh. Oh, this is so perfect for spring. Look at this. Okay, let me see if I can get it up to the camera so you can see it. Isn't that lovely? Oh my goodness. That is so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay, let me get this out of the way because we're done with that. Now, let's move these over here. So here we have our 2 panels that we embossed, and I did bring over a card base. We could glue one of these on here, so maybe we should do that. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to glue it on there. Now, if you can see, the texture really shows up on the white part because it's just plain white. But this is cool too. This is subtle and just adds that little bit of texture that is always nice to have on cards. And come on, glue, don't fail me now. Okay. All right. Oh, gotta get my scrap paper. I don't want to make a mess. My silicone mat has all those paper strips on there, so okay. Let's get it on here. All right, now we are just going to let this rest here a little bit. I think what I'll do is I'll put my Misty on top so that it will have some weight to it and crunch, you know, together. And so, isn't this a cool technique, guys? Let's just look at this again. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, you know what would be really cool? If I would have had some gold or metallic strips to use in here. Oh, that would be really nice. That would be something to think about in the future. I'll have to see if I have any gold foil or silver foil cardstock scraps. Oh, so nice. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so that's had a time to rest. Here you go, guys. I'm not going to make a full-fledged card. I'm just going to use this as the base for something in the future. So the whole idea was a technique. And Therese, I doubt you're watching, but if you are, thank you so much for this technique. I have to tell you, quite a while ago, I had done a video where I did watercolor, and Therese is very good at watercoloring, way better than me, and she actually saw my video, and she commented, and I was literally fangirling her because I was so enthralled that she found that she was watching one of my videos and commented. So anyway, Therese, again, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but if you are, thank you so much. So, guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. And if you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I'd so appreciate it. I hope you have a great day and a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next Saturday. Take care, guys. Bye.